Hello everybody, welcome to Fairview Friday. There are 4 scratchings. Race 1, takeout number 4. Race 3, takeout number 2. Race 3, takeout number 3. And race 5, takeout number 10. Those are the 4 scratchings that we got when doing the show Monday morning. We're on the turf track, and the first race, there's a first time here, number 7, Lotus Silk. That comes from the Alan Greer stable. Lots and lots of talk about this horse, currently priced up at 5 to 10 to win the race in the opener. And the stable, of course, has got some very nice horses at home. Alan Greer, as you guys know. And they'll kind of know where they are with this Rafie filly out of the Var mare that Richard Fourie rides for the stable. Odds-on favourite, Nino, good morning. And I take it it's the one to beat.
Just odds-on favourite, and the word is out, the money is down, very strongly fancied, and we're going to banker that in our bipod. The danger, or the author, I think, of the race runners that could give it most cheek is number 5, Ice Marmalade. The run behind Golden Palm when she lost 2 lengths. Even though she was 9 lengths behind, we know how good Golden Palm is. So I think that could follow her home. And then obviously Money Galore and Darling Buds are made, but strong in the camp of the first timer Lotus Silk.
Yeah, remember this horse opened much bigger than where the current odds. They've backed this horse into 5 to 10, and there's a look at Nino's bipod. Second is restricted to 3-year-olds. It's a maiden plate over 1,400 metres. And I can tell you that in terms of race number 2, the favourite on Betway's card this morning is number 7, Shori Kai, who's at 18 to 10. 5 to 2 about number 1, Pica Pomodoro, who appears to be the next best on form. 4, and I know the Sharon Kotzen stable, I've heard they like a couple of their runners today, so look out for that Sharon Kotzen yard. 4, Bright Eruption is priced up at 9 to 2, and number 3, Grey Warrior, is priced up at 5 to 1. So Nino, Shori Kai only had the 1 run from the form line of Haze and Smoke, and there's only been 1 runner from that form line, a horse called Olive Oil, that came out and won. 1 runner, 1 winner. And I guess she looks the right one here.
Yeah, absolutely the right horse, the horse to beat, Clyde. The form has been frank, as you say, with Olive Oil coming out to win. I think she's going to be very hard to beat here, and she is fancied. And as you say, pick a Pomodoro, but I actually think Bright Eruption is the one that's going to give him most cheek. I've gone 4 and 7 in the bipod, but I think I bankered the 7 in the PA. And if you want to add him, pick a Pomodoro, who I think is the next best. You can do so, but very hard to beat number 7, Shori Kai.
Thanks, Nino. There's the place accumulator on screen at a 72 Rand cost. Okay, welcome back now and have a look at the third race on the card where we have an odds-on favourite in this maiden plate. And the distance is 1,600 metres. Odds-on in the form of number 1, Bomber Bay, who I think was 5 to 10. Let me just double-check. 11 to 20. 11 to 20 about 1 Bomber Bay. And you can get 6 to 1 and better about the balance. The form to Bomber Bay, second in its last start, just found 1 too good for it in the terms of a Global Drumbeat, who's not too bad, and does appear to have the measure of this field. Is that the correct summary? Would it have the measure of this field, Nino?
Yes, Clyde, and this field has been cut down to only 5 runners, with a scratching of number 2, Lord Quinn, and number 3, Monaco. 5 runners, and a very, with all due respect to the opposition here, I don't see much in a way that any of them can go or can match number 1 Bomber Bay for the win here. I think Golden Croc will run second, and Quick. If Bomber Bay doesn't win, doesn't crack the maiden today, I think it's going to have a hard time in PE.
Okay, so the field cut down, as you heard from Nino. Scratch the 2 and scratch the 3. Makes it easy for our pick 6 in bankering the 1 in the first leg, and that perm cost 480 Rand. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're talking about race number 4. This is a classified stakes. It's over the 1,600 metres. A trickier race, number 6 on the card, Flower Festival, tops the board, priced up at 22 to 10. 2, Brigham is 4 to 1. Number 9, Beer with the Boys, 9 to 2. 5, Rototo is 11 to 2. 15 to 2, the 8 horse, One Giant Leap. And 3, Catch the Tune is trading at 10 to 1. It's 18 or 20 to 1 and better about the balance. I guess Flower Festival, Nino, probably the right horse in the race. I see the form from its last start hasn't worked out particularly well, but to be quite honest, I don't see much form has worked out particularly well for anything else in the race either.
Yeah, excepting maybe for number 3, Clyde, Catch the Tune. The Rambian Lencher Flame, that came out to win again just the other day. I think Roll of the Dice has won again, and Red William has won again. That is my value bet in the race, my value horse or runner in this race at 10 to 1 is Catch the Tune. But my first selection is number 6, Flower Festival. I believe the run behind Brendan James was taken on much stronger than what she meets today. As I said, I think Catch the Tune is value at 10 to 1. I believe Beer with the Boys would like it a bit further, maybe over 2,000. Has got a chance. Look, all in all, a very tricky race. People must load up, the punters, yeah. But I'm in the camp of number 6, and as I said, I like the price on number 3, Catch the Tune. 10 to 1, I think it's overpriced.
Thank you for that. Catch the Tune, perhaps the right one. 160 Rand jackpot. Interesting race. It's the handicap for the girls, and they're going over the 1,200. It's up the straight, of course, and Alan Kriev's got a new timer in there called Huri Kwacho. Well, new for him anyway. She's just joined the stable. I see the form line that last start has been fairly decent. Just having a look at the form line quickly. I want to pull it up. I'm just about to engage Nino and ask him what he makes of the form, but this behind Captain's Destiny, Song of Myself came out and won. The 4th horse, Tanaron, from that form line came out and won, and there's another winner from there. A horse called Champagne Kisses also came out and won. So there are 3 direct winners from Huri Kwacho's form line. And perhaps, Nina, you can give us an idea as to what you know about this horse. I know it comes from the Crawford yard. That's about all I know about it. But what more do you know?
Well, I know it's working well. And like I said, there's been a good couple of winners from the last form line behind Captain's Destiny. And also take note that they also had a beat in the maiden. Thingamabob came out to win at Greyville just the other week. So very strong form line. It is fancy, and I can tell you that it's working very well at home, back at home. They're expecting a massive run. And like you rightfully say, the favourite, Danish Dynamite, I think that's the horse to beat. I believe she won a very good race last time. I don't see a problem with the 1,200. So those are the 2 that I like, and I'm hoping 5 going flat with 1 and 7 here.
Okay, those are the 2, 1 and 7 for Nino's second jackpot in the opening leg. So the Speedster Stakes is a conditions type race, and the best weighted horse in the race, no doubt, number 1, Fairy Knight, is something like 3 or 3.5 kilos best in here. And he is definitely the class act of the race. Obviously, the concern about him is the 1,000 metres. Will that be too short for him or not? Because it appears he only gets going pretty late over 1,200 metres when you watch his races. To think that he even went as far as 2-4 once upon a time clearly didn't work. But is he a 5-furlong horse? That's got to be the question. He's currently priced up with Betway number 1 at 11 to 10 this morning. Number 3, Anushka's World, is the second favourite at 28 to 10. And there's one other in single digits, and that's number 3, Song of Myself, who's trading at 5 to 1. What does Alan say about the 1,000 metres? We're worried about that, Nina. What do you think? Or do we banker it?
Look, yeah, no, in the PA, I can't see it missing the PA, Clyde. I've bankered it. I've also got the concern, and so as the stable. They taking the chances here. It is short, but like I said, this is a class package in the race. She's the best weighted by a long way here. Just 1,000. She gets going too late. Who knows? I've also got the concern. You can't see Anushka's World turning the tables on her. I mean, Freddie Knight's beaten it and is better off at the weights. Maybe you should look at something further down the weights, horses like Song of Hornbill maybe to upset. But she's going to take a power of beating Clyde. But if she does get beaten, then the exotics are going to pay. So let's rather survive here and put in 1, 3, 6, and 8 in there.
Okay, we've got a trifecta box from Nino there. As you can see, he's boxing trifectas 1, 3, 6 and 8. Although Fairy Knight is the right horse in the race, there's just a question mark as to whether the 1,000 is too short for her. On to race number 7 now. Let's chat about this particular event. It's a handicap at the 68 level. So the old E division, as you would have known it, 1,400 metres is the distance they have to cover. There are 11 of them that are going to the gate. And, well, the interesting horse in here is Silent Trigger, who was the ex-Bar and Burtis runner that has now come to join the Gavin Smith stables. The form line to Unsolved Riddle, unfortunately, never worked out at all. There's not a single horse that won from that form line, and they've all run but for this horse, Silent Trigger. Hopefully that's not going to get in its way. But I think it's probably more open. So the favourite number 5, Prince Antonio for Alan Greef, tops the boards at 7-2. 9, Silent Trigger, second choice, well, joint favourite actually, 7-2. And 4, Above the Horizon for the Sharon Kotson stable is at 9-2. You can get 7-1, 7, Mr. Belvedere, and the 8, Potent Captain, 7-1. 11, King Rahul, 10s, and 12-1 and better about the balance. I guess an open race, Nino.
Yeah, very open, and I would probably, if I was playing, just about take the field there. I don't know much about the newcomer to the province, Silent Trigger, but it does bring winning form to the table. You can't leave it out. You've got King Rahul, you've got Flash Lightning that can upset. The also, I think, at a massive price, it has to be added into the play is a horse called Free World from a nice draw. Then you got Above the Horizon. There's only one on the poly, and it was back like a good thing last time, but disappointed. And Golden Grey came out to get beat last time, so the form has not been frank there either. Prince Antonio has just won the maiden. You can't have much confidence in that. Mr. Belvedere can upset Clyde. I can't help here. If Silent Trigger doesn't win, I think there's many with chances here, and I would load this leg up.
Okay, then maybe the trifecta is the best way to go and box all of 3, 4, 5, 7 and 9. 8th and final race. The equipment change we've got at this morning point in time is that number 4, Star Coin. They put the tongue tie on Star Coin today. I know Nino fancies that. I think is a bit of a shrewdie in the race. We'll get to that in a moment. The market's got number 3, Heart Steeler's favourite, priced up at 33-10. 5, Green Mandarin is 7-2. Chad Little is riding that. 1, Paynite is at 9-2. Number 2, Makachev is at 9-2. And number 8, George Handel, 6-1. 4 Star Coin is currently trading at 12s, but that's not going to last for too much longer, I don't think. And I like a bit of a shrewdie. Number 7, Saint Mar. Slantemar, who's at 15 or 16 to 1 or thereabouts. All right, Nino, talk to us about the last race and give us some insight as to how we can get some money out of the race.
Yeah, well, you said it all, and you've actually picked a horse that I like, and that is number 4, Star Coin at a big price. Now, if you can remember or recall the last time it ran, I made it a sort of I went for it in a big way, but I was worried about the poly, and it turned out to be that way. He just did not like the poly at all. So back on the turf today at 10-1, I think that could be value, and I believe you're right. It's a start 12-1. I think it will start much shorter. So those that are wanting to have a punt on it should take it now at that price. Even though number 3 Odds is the horse to beat Clyde. The last run over the marathon trip was too far. It just didn't stay. Back over the more suitable distance of 2,000 meters, I think he's going to take all the beating here. Starcoin is my value. I think he's the one that's going to give the most streak. And there is another horse that I like, and I've been told that it's going to be a big runner, and that is number 5, Green Mandarin. Those are the 3 horses I like, and I'm going flat out here with the Heart Stealer, Starcoin as my value, and Green Mandarin.
Okay, I'm just going to add in number 7, Slante Mata, in there as well. I'm just going to put that into the swingers box. 3, 4, 5 for Nino. Thanks everybody for watching Quebecer Racing today out at Fairview Racecourse. Hopefully it'll be a good one. We'll be back with Daryl Marie. We're previewing the Cape and Turf and Teen this weekend.